It's time to ask the question again, is the hobby dying? And if it is dying, how do we fix it?
G'day, welcome to the park. It's a summer's day in the southern hemisphere, and it's not hot, I'm not sweating, it's windy. In fact, the summer here, I think I mentioned it before, has been pretty lame, to be totally honest. We had some really cold mornings. It's been consistently windy. I've got my DLG ready to go, and I think there's been probably 3 days when I could have flown it, and only on one of those days did I feel not shaky, and that was the day I made the video with the DLG in the park. So it's been a very annoying summer here, and the days are getting shorter. I notice when, because I get up, I get about 4 hours sleep, and I'm usually up by 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning, and the sun isn't cracking over the horizon now until much closer to 6 o'clock in the morning, so that's a bit of a worry. So the summer is getting worn out. We're reaching the end of summer. It's not midsummer anymore, it's getting towards late summer, and the winter's crap, so enough moaning from me. The question, is the hobby in decline, and what do we do about it? Well, yeah, the hobby is in decline. Let's face it, everything's cyclic, you have peaks and troughs. And we have had a pretty good run with the hobby. It's been a very popular hobby. A lot of people got into it. But now it's declining, and there's a number of reasons for that. One of those is excessive regulation. I think we all know that. The rules are driving people out. Parents are reluctant to sponsor their children into getting into drones and model aircraft because they could fall foul of the law and end up with some pretty stiff fines or whatever. There's the public perception of drones that's changed a lot. No longer are they a curiosity, but now they are simply a device for carrying these. And I always carry one of these with me when I go to the park, just in case. You never know when you might need one. But I mean, this is what they associate with drones. A lot of people associate drones with this, and that is unfortunate. We're not using those drones, but people think we are. We've got the actions of a few idiots, like the guy that flew his drone BVLOS into the Super Scooper plane in the Palisades. People like that don't help us at all. It again tarnishes the perception of drones in the public eye. And then we've got YouTube. Now, YouTube has been instrumental in making this hobby as big and as great and as wonderful and popular as it has been, because FPV, multi-rotor and fixed wing videos were all over YouTube. They're very, very popular. If we go back a few years, look at channels like Rotor Riot, massive views. Look at them today. Look at channels like Mr. Steel, massive views. Look at it today. And even smaller channels like RC Shim, which is a great channel, smaller channel, but he has some really good stuff. He was getting really good views. Today, not so much. Many of the channels which made up the backbone of this hobby have suffered a decline in views, and it's not because they're not putting out content, it's because YouTube just isn't pushing it anymore. We've served our purpose on the platform. YouTube has used channels and interests and hobbies like this to make its platform big and popular. Now that it's got the audience, it says we're going to be Netflix, we're going to be Hulu, we're going to be Prime Video. That's what we're going to be. So the content that made the platform great is now no longer as valuable to it. So we don't get pushed out there, we don't get promoted as much. And also, I mean, a lot of people made a lot of videos because there was money to be made. You could make a living, you could be a full-time YouTuber like me. And that's not as practical anymore for a lot of people, including myself. I mean, when I first started, I think I've said this in the past, I was earning good money with the YouTube Partner Program. I was earning thousands of dollars a month. It was enough to live comfortably. And these days, the best month of the year for YouTube is December, because all the advertisers are buying up the ads, and it's like an auction system, so they pay top dollar to get ad space on YouTube in December to flog their products for Christmas. So you get your best revenue. That's the best month of the year, and usually it's enough to carry you through January, February and March, which are pretty lean because all the retailers have spent their money. This year I didn't get thousands in December, I got hundreds, and I worked really hard to get lots of views. I got really good view counts on my videos, but I got less than $1,000 from YouTube. That was for a lot of work, because the problem we have now is that there are so many people creating content that there's just a massive ad space, and so you've got so much ad space, the advertisers don't have to bid the price up. The prices have remained low, and that means that unless you're getting millions of views per video, you can't be a full-time YouTuber really. If it wasn't for Patreon, I'm pretty sure a lot of the channels that are still making content, including this one, would be gone, because people can't afford. It's not a charity. You've got to earn enough money to pay your bills, and if you can't pay your bills, you can't be a full-time YouTuber. So I live very, very frugally, very frugally. I live in the cheapest town in New Zealand to live. I walk instead of drive. I get cold in the winter because I don't spend a lot on heating. I buy very plain foods because they can't taste, but also they're cheaper. So I make sure I don't waste a lot of money. I don't spend a lot of money. If I didn't live so frugally, I couldn't afford to live even, with Patreon and YouTube revenues combined. And YouTube revenues just continue to decline no matter how hard you work. So a lot of the people who are making the great content, they're not making it anymore. They can't afford to. YouTube doesn't care. They're making a fortune out of giving us dross, repurposed TV content and stuff that is entertainment but not necessarily informative or educational. So we are right down the tier list. We're just not getting the views. We have to live with that. So that's really hurting the hobby though, because a lot of people found this hobby through YouTube, and now YouTube's put us on the back burner. They're not finding the hobby. There's not so many new entrants coming into the hobby, because how are they going to, unless they spot someone in a park flying an FPV drone, they are probably never going to be exposed to the hobby in the way that they used to be. And even now, with regulations the way they are, and with the public perception of the hobby being quite negative as a result of Ukraine and some idiot flying his drone into a super scooper plane in the Palisades, a lot of people are reluctant to fly in the parks because they can get into trouble, and they don't want the hassle of dealing with the public, the Karens. So we are losing touch with the potential new audience who would join us in the hobby. And that's sad. And then of course we've got people who are, I know Bot Grinder put a video up saying he's taking a bit of a break. He's getting a bit bored, had a bit of burnout, I suppose. And you can understand that too. You do the same thing day in, day out, week in, week out, month in, year out. It becomes tedious, boring, and no more fun. So you just take a break. Now I'm very careful to control how much time and effort I spend on various things, and to meter out my energy in a controlled manner, because I can't afford to get too exhausted with the Parkinson's thing. So I try to make sure that I do as many diverse things as possible, including the types of videos and so forth. So I'm not burnt out, and I've been doing this since 2006. So if anyone should be burnt out, it should be me, but I think I've developed strategies for avoiding that. But ultimately, we as a group are becoming an endangered species, you might say. The hobby will never die. It will never die. But excessive regulation is forcing it underground, things like remote ID and that sort of crap, which just don't work anyway. A lack of exposure through mediums like YouTube is making it more difficult to recruit new members. And where do we go? So the big problem we have is that we don't have a unified voice. I've said this many times. I've tried to create unified voices, set up Facebook groups and things, but you get such a tiny number of people joining in because someone else should do the work, I suppose. It's the problem. We just don't have the enthusiasm as a group. And one of the things that I miss, and I noticed too, is that it used to be that freestyle and proximity FPV multi-rotor flying was a real group thing. When you had a video, there were usually groups of people because everyone was there. But as the numbers have dropped off, more and more people are flying on their own. Like me, I have to fly on my own. I've got no one to fly with. There's nobody to fly with. Ron doesn't fly multi-rotors. Bill doesn't fly multi-rotors, and he's too far away anyway. Scott, he's too far away. Neil, he's too far away. These people that you used to see at the airfield, they'd travel an hour or so to get here. And so if I've got, like today, the weather is fine, it's still windy, but it's fine. My hands are pretty good at the moment, so I can take half an hour, rip down the park and have a quick fly. They'd have to travel a 2-hour round trip to come and join me for half an hour's flying. It's not practical. So I fly on my own, and that really nowhere near as much fun as flying with friends. When we first, you remember some of the videos from a few years back when FPV multi-rotors first started going, we had half a dozen people or more flying in parks like this, and everyone was having a ball, and it was a great social event and things. And then again, it's just it annoys me because the places we flew got shut down because drones, we're not having drones for specious reasons. The council wouldn't allow flying drones in their parks. It's like, it's such an uphill battle sometimes. It really is an uphill battle. And now that I've got permission to fly in some of the parks, not this one, I don't give a shit anymore whether the council is happy or not. Now that we've got permission, there just aren't the people that are left to do it. People drift away, people give up, hang up their drones and things, and so yeah, it is a difficult situation. I don't know where we go from here. I mean, I'll always be here, I'll always be flying until my hands are too bad and I can't. But I just wish we could do more to bring new people in, to promote the hobby, to get things ticking along. And who knows, we may have a renaissance at some stage. But as the world's military gear up to switch their weapons from sidearms and missiles to FPV drones, it's going to get a damn sight harder. It's going to get much, much harder to fly in public. I don't know where we go. And then we've got, of course, all the things, we're going to have these air taxis and delivery drones going to take our airspace. Oh my God, I don't know what to do. I mean, Botgrinder's got the FPV park. I mean, that was great, a great initiative. Remember, back in about 2013, 2012, I did a crowdfund, got pledges for $40,000 to build an FPV, or build a model park at our airfield. And the council of the day said, no, we're not having it. We've got plans for the airfield. Now the airfield is even more deserted than it was, and there's even less model flying than there was. The council haven't got a bloody clue. But that would have been a great thing to do. In fact, it may be the way forward. It may be the way forward is to set up specific areas where people can come and just enjoy themselves without worrying about rules and Karens and regulations and crap. Just areas where you say, this is, to manned aviation and members of the public, it's a danger zone. Don't come unless you want to be in danger. And then you can go along with your drone or your fixed wing and just fly BVLOS. You can fly as high as you want, as far as you want, and just enjoy the hobby. That's what I'd like to do. In fact, if I had the money, I'd be doing it now. I honestly would. I'd be getting a little piece of land somewhere, and I'd be basically sending a letter to CAA saying, keep your planes away, they could be in danger, and then inviting everyone to come and have as much fun as they damn well want, as long as they're prepared to take on the risk of being there and the fact that other people will be doing the same thing. That's how you have fun. I'm pretty sure that would be an incredibly popular place. Unfortunately, I don't have the money. And in New Zealand, land is so damn expensive that you'd need a lot of money to do it. But if I win the lottery, that's what I'll be doing. Or if some rich overseas person decides they want to fulfill my dreams, they can just get hold of me. Or if they want to take a stake in it, whatever, I don't care. I mean, I'd move heaven and earth to create a place like that, because I think we need a place like that to escape the hassles that the hobby is facing. And I'm pretty sure it'd be a very popular destination if you did so. Never mind, dreams are free, they say. And I'm going to do some flying now, because I came out to have a fly, and that's what I'm going to do before my hands pack up. If I can find the drone after I crash it, I'll put some footage on the end of this video for you to watch and mock me mercilessly for my rusty flying skills. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. I've got some hopefully more interesting videos planned pretty shortly, but I just thought I'd bring this out. But as a footnote, I see the guy that crashed into the plane in the Palisades has done a plea bargain. He's going to get 150 hours of community service, and he has to pay the cost of repairs, which was $65,000. Compare that. Now, he actually collided with a manned aircraft, endangered the crew of that aircraft. It actually damaged property to the tune of $65,000. But they didn't fine him. He only had to pay for the repairs, and he got 150 hours community service. Compare that to Michael DiCursio, Philly Drone Life in Philadelphia. He flew his little drones at night, BVLOS, in a way that didn't endanger manned aircraft. There was no near misses or anything like that, in a way that didn't endanger the public. And he got fined $182,000 for that. Didn't break anything, didn't hurt anyone. He got $182,000 fine. The guy at the Palisades, he did break something. He did endanger people's lives, and he got a third the financial penalty, which wasn't even a fine, it was just to pay the repairs. Now, I'm not quite sure. I think that guy may still be facing some criminal charges, in which case he could end up going to jail. I certainly hope he does, because we need to send a message. I'm not a great one for strong regulation, but I do believe that if you break the prime directives, do not endanger people, do not endanger property. If you break those prime directives, you go straight to jail. And this guy proven he'd broken those directives because he damaged someone else's property. That's a jailable offence in my, especially when it's something like a firefighting plane. So if they go lenient on him, if all he gets is the cost of repairs and 150 hours community service, that shows that the US justice system is really badly broken. That guy in the Palisades, he's a programmer, I believe, so he's on a pretty good wicket. I would expect he's making good money. Michael DiCursio in Philadelphia is on welfare. So for someone on welfare, a fine of $182,000 is a whole lot more penalty than a $65,000 bill to someone who is a programmer on a six-figure salary. Yeah, we need to keep an eye on this. I will update you if I can get more information once the thing progresses, but so far it's not looking good in terms of justice anyway. But that's it, that's me. I'm going to get my drone out. I got it here, got a new battery in it, got some goggles, and have a fly. Are you ready, Arnie? You're watching?
No problem.
You're paying attention. Okay, let's go, mate. Let's do some flying, if we can. Oh, bit wobbly on the hands. I thought I was steady, but I think I've used up a lot of my skills already. A lot of my dopamine's gone, I'm afraid. So this will be a shaky flight. I haven't flown here for a while. I better try and remember how to get around the place. It's a lovely little area. Not allowed to fly here according to the council. Too dangerous. Too dangerous. Not one of the approved flying sites. But do I care? I don't think I do. It's quite a nice little spot. What's down here? I noticed the other day, really interesting, I was flying and hadn't flown for quite some time and I kept just about falling over. You lose the ability to stand and fly if you don't do it regularly. You get all, get all the, where am I going? I'm getting a bit wobbly here too, in terms of where I'm standing. But yeah, I'm using the Foxeer Foxwork, which is supposedly indestructible, which could be good on a day like today. And I'm also running the Runcam Thumb 2, 4K, whatever, Pro, I don't know, I can't remember the name. Can we go up here? How's it? There's a bit of wind, it's turbulent here actually, it's blowing things around, it's not just my thumbs. Can I go up here? Is there going to be enough signal to get up here? I haven't done the antenna on my transmitter actually. I should have done the antenna on my transmitter, but I forgot, so hopefully we won't get any RSSI loss. Oh, it's lovely out here, look at this. Here we go, here's the road. Fantastic, let's go back. Yeah, yeah, it is a bit turbulent through here. Not just my fingers. So, oh, there's a bird. Oh, it nearly took me out, man. Could have bought me dinner and taken me to the movie. Yeah, here we go. So, yeah, I like proximity. Proximity's fun, no flip-flops because I'm useless, but just flying around looking. And as I say, I haven't flown much for months, so I am rusty as hell. But it's all good fun. Yeah, beautiful. So, as I say, it's just a shame I'm here on my own. It's so much nicer when you've got friends, you can chase each other through the wood, through the bushes and the trees. But yeah, it is what it is. You have to make do with what I got. It's better than not flying at all. And if you've got ideas, I mean, like, you know the stuff I make and so forth. If you've got any ideas of stuff that you'd like to see on the channel, let me know and I'll do my best to accommodate you, given the, oh, it's very loud, isn't it? Given the limitations of where I can fly, and there's no one to be a cameraman and stuff like that, apart from Arnie, who has to stay hidden, of course. In this tree here, I believe he is.
Hey, Bruce.
At the moment. But because we must have a spotter when we're flying here, because my God, I've lost track of how many Cessnas Arnie has saved me from hitting while I'm down here. It is just absolutely essential that we have the spotters to make sure that we don't take out an aircraft. Absolutely. One thing I forgot to do actually, I haven't, on the next battery I will see if I can, I'll just do it here. If you do that when you've got gyro flow, the yaw enables it to get a sync area much better for the synchronizing the gyro data with the video. Just do a little bit of a yaw thing there, and it gives a point where the data can be synced up. Something I discovered a long time ago and forgot this time in this flight, so some of this may not be gyro flow steadied. And this is a whoop, so it is kind of wobbly compared to an open prop. Oh yeah, there's one battery worth, down to 14.7 volts. Woo, yeah, watch out for that. I'll come back and do a landing. Woo, change batteries. Oh yeah, I'm enjoying this. This is nice. I'm starting to get in the groove now, and you're all bored to poo because you fly much better than me, and it's like watching an old man fly. But hey, I'm 72 this month, so go easy on me, please. Go easy on me. I haven't got a mat. Oh damn, I didn't bring a mat to land on, and that means I'm likely to damage my props when I land. Woo. So I just cut it and fall from the sky. Can I land over here on this box? Probably not. There we go. Oh, it wasn't too bad. Wasn't too bad, gotta say. My hands are really shaky now. It just didn't last long. I should have flown before I started talking, and then I wouldn't use up all my dopamine before I flew. Anyway, that's it from me. Thank you for watching. As I say, suggestions, please, suggestions. What do you want to see on this channel? Because I am a full-time YouTuber. I've got to keep the views up, but I don't want to start making boring crap you don't want to watch. So tell me what it is you want to see, but don't say, oh, I want to see the boys at the airfield, because if I could, if it was humanly possible, if I wasn't going to end up in jail, I'd be there filming for you guys. But unfortunately, as I said a while ago, when I called on support from people watching the vids, most people were a bit busy, had other things to do, didn't get the support, council just stomped all over me, that's it. Got the threatening letters. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, just make the most of what I can do when I can do it. Again, thanks for watching. Bye for now.